sir. What's your name?
Chris.
Chris. Shame on you. This is the third time you've been black flight, isn't that true?
Yes.
But is it a good thing, Chris?
Yeah.
Chris, third time now, I think, is it third? I don't think it's third time in a row, but that you've been chosen as the smoothest rider. The first person I've interviewed that's been chosen 3 times. So some people will have heard you speak before, but I think it's really awesome that you've won this repeatedly. Chris, what do you think's going on? I mean, you're out there and they're picking you repeatedly as the smoothest rider. What do you? And that's really valuable. So that they're seeing something in you consistently. What do you think's going on as far as being smooth, Chris? I mean, I know we've had this interview before, but is being smooth important to you as a rider? And if so, how?
It's very important. I mean, right now I've done 9 or 10 track days with you, and the last 3 I've gotten smoothest rider, and I think it's just going out there and riding my own ride and working on things. And I go out every session with an idea of what I want to work on that session, and that's what I work on. I don't go out and try to race everybody. I'll go out and get pulled around a little bit, but I ride my own ride, and I just kind of I focus a lot on everything that's going on, and I kind of just get in my own zone and do that, and it works really well for me, and it's good for everybody else too, because they can see what I'm doing, they know where I'm going to go if I pass them, they know what's going to happen if they need to pass me, and it's really important. And again, 3 times now. So I mean, being smooth, not only are you safe for yourself, but just riding my own ride, I can come back and look at lap times, and even just from riding smooth, you can see them dropping off by just staying focused and working on the stuff you need to work on, and not trying to just be the fastest man out there.
That's so smart. Staying focused and kind of getting the job done, making sure reference points, your entry points, your inputs, that all those are smooth and that they're accurate. Now we're going to move from smoothness to another piece of the puzzle, the other half of it. Consistency. You hear about that, a lot about that in RideSmart. Is consistency important in your opinion, and if so, why?
Yeah, especially when you're trying to get fast. I mean, you've got to be able to hit your marks every time. You can mess up one spot and it's going to mess up your lap, and then in a race situation, you're going to have to try to play catch up, and you can end up hurting yourself because then you're pushing yourself farther than you would usually be doing. And it plays a big factor in you're out there with the other guys, because you've got so much going on with these people that they're focusing in front of them. So if you're in front of them and they're trying to make the pass, they're relying on what you've been doing throughout that session. So if you all of a sudden start riding erratically and you push out of your line, you're going to end up possibly taking somebody else out that might be trying to pass, or just anything else going on. And ultimately, for me, it leads to quicker times being consistent. So
very true. So what about consistency? Is if you were to rank order, what do you think is the most important thing to be consistent? I mean, if we could do that, do you think corner entry speed?
I think your lines ultimately is holding your line consistently, and the braking and everything else you need to be consistent with to set up for your corner and everything. But ultimately, I mean, out here you really want to be consistent on how you're holding your line through the corners, because if you can't hold your line, you're going to end up hurting yourself or somebody else, because you're going to try to correct, maybe to overcorrect and lay it down, or somebody could be out next to you and you jump up at them.
Right.
So I mean, it plays. I think that's the biggest thing to work on.
And Chris, for you, as with your attendance in RideSmart, what's been the most, let's say, the 2 most important things that have helped you as a rider?
The one-on-one you get with your instructors when you go out, you can really get really good feedback going out and working with an instructor. And you can go out and, they'll tote you around, they'll follow you, see what you're doing wrong, and then jump out in front of you, tell you to follow them, and they'll show you where you're messing up, and it just makes you better. And then the classroom setting, too, is you learn so much in there. You really, it's dumb not to go to it, because you can actually learn so much about the track and ask questions from the instructors and get feedback from the class on maybe what's working for them. So I think those 2 things, just the one-on-one time, especially today, unfortunately we're a little lighter here, but we've gotten the time that everybody really would like to have working with the instructors.
Right. You hear about all the people going so fast, riding over their heads, and fatalities and injuries, and they just keep body counts and keep stacking up. It's nuts in all the major cities. What's going on? Why are they riding that way? And what would be your advice to them?
Over their head and not being smooth. I mean, that's the lead thing, is they want to keep up, and then the lead cause of an accident is too much entry speed. So they'll maybe chase somebody that is quicker and better than them, and they end up in the corner and they freak out. And the natural body instinct is to slow off the throttle. You'll push yourself out and end up in a guardrail or a ditch or the front end of another car on a back roads ride. So it really comes down to riding your own ride and just take care of yourself.
What about their involvement coming out and ride with RideSmart? Do you think that'd be a good idea?
Definitely. I mean, we recommend it to a lot of people. I mean, anybody that's come out here even just one day, they go back out and they're riding a billion times better. Their mindset has changed. They're focusing on things that they maybe not have focused on before, looking ahead on the road,
Right.
seeing obstacles instead of looking right in front of them.
Right.
And learning how to ride in a group with other riders that are riding that pace. You really learn how to handle being around everybody else.
I hear now you're also part of HPC HighPerformanceCrew.com and also WFO Riders, and it's a great group of people, organizations, really good, very current, leaning more towards get people on the track, track day stuff. What's your opinion of those organizations? A good organizations?
Both
and
are
how
really good. You've got you've got instructors that work for RideSmart that are the heads of both of these forums, so you've got a lot of knowledge and wealth of ability in both sides, and you can get on there and ask your serious technical questions and work on things, and you have where you can joke around with everybody, and coming here, it's a big family. I mean, we were all here last night, had a good time. We're out here today helping each other get quicker on the track or safer on the track. You have everybody from level 1 on up to 4, and we all work together, and it's a great group of two communities.
It is. Well, thank you so much again, Chris. Go see Blair Hart and get another picture of yourself.
You'll have to be black from getting it.
Yeah. But again, congratulations, man. I'm real happy for you.
Thank you.
You bet. Bye-bye.